Alright, welcome guys. I did shave a little bit, so we're back to just the stash. This will just kind of grow in naturally. I'll shave it again. We're usually just trying to keep the stash, but lots to talk about. I guess first off, this is the first time I'm doing a stream of this kind before. And I'm doing it for a couple different reasons. One of the main ones is I'm really unhappy with the type of coverage that something like Prismatic Evolutions has been getting for a couple different reasons, and I'll outline a bunch of them. I'll go in depth, and we'll just talk, you know. Oh shit, let me make sure we're on the correct stuff here. Whatever else a child cannot be. It's come to me. Give me a second, just adjusting the categories, then we'll get started here. It's best to compromise, it's better for your health. Now, what is this? I'm trying to figure out what to put this under. Do I put this under gaming, Pokemon TCG? Do I put this under news and politics? Probably not. Education, maybe? Let me just go entertainment, or sorry, let me go gaming, Pokemon, trading card game. Fine. Alright, that should work. And even if it's been 10 years and you're down on your luck. Alright, let's start this off. So as you can see, I got a good old TCG player pulled up here. We're going to be using this just as a baseline for the English market. For specifically North America, right? There's pretty much North America uses it. EU kind of uses card market. Australia mostly uses eBay, to be honest. I don't know if they have a specific full-on one, but, you know, if we're talking about Western nations or what you would quantify as them, and specifically, too, also for English is going to be mostly what I'm talking about, though, if you know me as a collector, I'm very much a Japanese collector, though, oh, I guess I should let you guys know my qualifications, too. I am a TCG store owner. Then again, a lot of people are, so it doesn't really fucking mean much, right? I guess the big one, I'm good at math. I'm good at spreadsheets. I'm good at calculating stuff. Did a lot of calc. So, when it comes to stuff like pull rates, when it comes to stuff like business, while I might not have the... Because I'll just let you know up front, I don't have a degree. Because I chose not to, after dropping out. And I found success elsewhere. Mostly a cost thing, you know, because in America it's sort of, you need a baseline buy-in to get an education at a certain level. But there are other ways to get quality education, I believe, through more affordable means. Especially online, too, now. And it's specifically when it comes to something like Pokemon here, which let's just look up. Actually, let's just go to Prismatic. We're gonna start at Prismatic here. I've been running my store for 2 years, so short amount of time. But I've been a lifelong collector. Don't have my childhood collection. Most people kind of don't, you know. They would have been beat up anyway. No, I don't want sealed. Do they seriously not have the cards up yet? Alright, well look at sealed. Cause sealed is stupid as hell. It's actually nuts. So I was watching, the main one that got me here, I was watching the Rev video. Alright. I was watching the Rev video, and it seems to me, or at least it's becoming increasingly clear to me that either, it's one of two things, right? Either the largest PokeTubers in the space are so far out of touch with the normal common collector that it's kind of in one ear, out the other, in terms of what they're talking about and sort of, you know, because they're just kind of looking at this price and being like, oh yeah, it's expensive, oh wow, and they still buy it open and all. I'm telling you right now, because if you read the title of this, it's don't pay over MSRP, and I truly mean that. Let me disable Force Dark page. I truly mean that. And I'll go into some cycles of why from throughout the hobby, both when I've been in and out of the hobby, because I've obviously whenever I was out of it, wasn't actively there, wasn't engaging in business. I was a kid for most of it too, you know, I'm relatively young. I'm 22. So if that's something where you're like, oh, I don't fucking care what this youngin has to say, sure, leave. See ya. So right now, 154, 134 items sold, 200 items sold. So what does this mean? This means that amount of product has sold on that sort of daily basis. That does not mean that many people bought boxes. That does not mean that those are even real people buying those boxes. It also does not mean that, well, for a variety, they could literally be selling the same boxes back and forth, first off. Because there are no, if we're talking about legal restrictions in a protected financial marketplace, this is not the stock market. This is an entirely unregulated market, which for a lot of bad actors, that's what attracts them to it. You know, it is an unregulated market where they can engage in pump and dump schemes or rug pulls and pretty easily just get away with it. You know, they could say, oh, I didn't know there was more coming. You know, who was I to know if there was going to be more product? You know, guys, err on the safe side. Make sure you pick it up just in case. You never know what'll happen. Maybe, guys, it'll all be gone. No, it's not going to be gone. So, let's look at just pre-release. You're telling me these were selling for 100 at over 100. Okay, so that day's only 51, but 112 ETBs. You're telling me 112 people. Again, this quantity, obviously. But what I mean by that is this could be one person, or two people, a dozen people, right? Buying 10 each. A dozen rich people buying 10 each, driving your price up because they're, one, the only people who can even list sales on TCG Player. You have to be a verified store owner and go through a bunch of other checks and stuff to be able to be one of the sellers here with the certified hobby shop. Which, don't know, you know, I'm not going to speak too bad on TCG Player. They make a lot of money. I will talk bad on them, don't worry. But that's not the focus of this video. Or I guess stream. By the way, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I can sometimes be a bit all over the place, but I want to do my best to talk about this. So, this is the premier flagship item for pretty much every specialty set. It's the Elite Trainer box. For those that are maybe new to this, in Scarlet and Violet era, you get 9 packs per Elite Trainer box. They also raised the MSRP, so the manufacturer's suggested retail pricing. So whatever your pricing you'd pay at Target or Walmart. The price that they set on this item is $55, just about, right? 50, 55, depending on the store. If you're shopping at like Meijer or something in the Midwest, it's going to be higher than that. Just naturally on their shelves. Don't know why. I hope they're paying their work is better. But my point, when you're looking at this here, right? Just at the numbers, you see a bunch of items sold. You see big numbers. You see these bars that show volume. It doesn't show the average per person. It doesn't show you unique people. It doesn't tell you here on this chart, hey, what's the increase in the unique people interested in buying at this price? You know, this is just a straight up in, out, what price did it sell at? And that could be so easily manipulated, and it has historically been manipulated many, many times. Now, what do I mean by this? Let's get started with a good one. Let's just start with Crown Zenith, a really interesting recent example. Now, TCG player being TCG player and not really caring about providing quality data past a year for people, decide to only give a 1-year graph. However, if you go before the January 2024 right there, let's go back a bit. This is probably going to be up near 70. Pre-release, right? These boxes, I remember people, just like they're doing now with Prismatic Evolutions, you have scummy people going on Whatnot, on Drip, on all these other live auctioning bid websites to sell you packs at 5x the price that they got it from because it fell off a truck. If you don't know, that means they're selling it illegally. Whether they purchased it or not doesn't matter if it's before the street date. In the eyes of the law, right? You can morally you can decide for yourself, you know, but I'm just, if we go by strict legality, which again is not always the best thing to go by, but in this case I think it's a fair case of, hey, if we want everyone to have the same starting day for a new thing, you know, let's try and enforce that starting day for everyone, which personally I'm kind of on board with. You know, I get stores having to break open some stuff, list up singles for release weekend, you know, that makes sense, but I'm sure some of you guys who are kind of on the pulse have been following along and you've seen sellers up to, I want to say I saw it like a month ago, maybe even earlier, where you just had a ton of different people selling these packs at $15, $20 a pack. So, here's our Crown Zenith ETB, right? This is just the normal one. Here's our 1-year graph. 41, 47. Pre-release, this was up here 70, 75, 80. You could not, for the life of yourself, for the weeks leading up to Crown Zenith's release, you could not find a pre-order just in general in most cases, and if you did, it was going to be closer to, you know, 50, 55, 60 plus in ETB. And this was not at a time, I mean, Pokemon was at a bit of a high, but it wasn't the, how do I say this? The investor bros did not like the look of Scarlet and Violet's beginning, despite it being by far, and I stand by this still, by far Scarlet and Violet is the best base set they have printed in Pokemon's history. And even still, the English version is just worse than the Japanese, but, you know, well, I talk about that a lot. But why did I bring up Crown Zenith? This is also a specialty set. This was the end of Crown Zenith, or sorry, end of Sword and Shield era. This was the top it off thing. You also got one extra pack. If you don't see this right here. See, back in Sword and Shield and earlier, when it was a specialty set, you got 10 packs. You got 10 packs in your ETB that were slightly more expensive, MSRP, but you got 10 packs. In Scarlet and Violet, they changed it so every single ETB has 9 packs in it, but it also, every single one has a ETB promo in it, while also raising the price. So, you can kind of put that in your brain as to what they're doing. If I were to look at this from a left-wing economic perspective, which is from the lens of which I usually see business, given I live in the United States and pretty, you know, in terms of the playbook they're running by, it's very, very down the line. I don't want to say conservative because that's a charged word for some people, but it is economically conservative playbook of how they operate. So what does this mean? When Pokemon is printing a set, when they're printing Crown Zenith Prismatic Evolutions, their goal, first off, is they want to market the set. They want to get you to buy it, naturally. They need you to buy it, And when it comes to Pokemon, they have a bit of a tougher job with this in the international release. And I'll tell you why. It's purely because they have a worse product that they're charging more for. Because in Japanese, say, the Crown Zenith set, V-Star Universe, was a, $35, $36 MSRP product. In Japanese, it was, 5,500 yen or so? Plus shipping, so maybe you're paying about $40 per ETB if you're buying it straight at MSRP from Japan, shipping it to yourself, right? Like, that's about what I would get it in for if it was launched, Then I was buying it at MSRP. You could have gotten that for Prismatic Evolutions as well. Or sorry, not Prismatic, but Terastal Festival, which is the Japanese version of Prismatic. But as you can see with Crown Zenith here, because this set has been around since, end of 23, I want to say? And it's just been kind of a giant bowl. But all throughout the bowl, because again, I'm really, it sucks that TCG Player doesn't have a 5-year. Like, it's actually dumb as hell. I don't know why they wouldn't hold data for more than 1 year. Like, nobody gives a fuck about 1 year when they're looking at a trend, right? You can say, oh yeah, it's going up a lot this year. But if it was right here at 13 months ago, if it was at the same price, then how the fuck would I know, right? Now they're selling for $81 at, as you can see, I'm just scrolling over the different volumes here, so you can kind of see what it's looking like throughout the last year. But as you can see, the pricing just sort of started going up in May. But for a really, really, really long time, even though Crown Zenith was, at the time, just as hyped as Prismatic Evolutions, people were freaking out about it. They were freaking out about the God Packs in the Japanese version. They were freaking out about the gold, special alt cards. They were freaking out about just pretty much all the gallery cards, for the most part. Because that was technically our first set that was entirely gallery focused in English, right? Because VMAX Climax was turned into our trainer gallery in English, so that was spread across Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance, Silver Tempest, and Lost Origin. And then we had Crown Zenith right after that. But even though it had a ton of stuff going for it, and again, even though I don't have the data here in front of me, I want to tell you, it was, $70. It was the same explosive, stupid pricing, right? The only difference, and I want to make this very clear, One Piece had just come out. One Piece had just come out. Lorcana had just come out. We had 2 full TCG games come out at the same time. So, a little bit slower. Now that they've kind of been in their stuff, people are kind of moving away from Lorcana. Honestly, I haven't seen anyone actually collect Lorcana. I haven't heard anyone talk about it since last year, honestly. But there is just, this is sort of a more natural growth where it kind of goes up over the course of a year. Granted, if you go further back here, it's kind of moving all over the place. But my point with showing this graph of Crown Zenith is that even an expensive ETB at pre-release will very, very often be in stock for years. Let me bring up another example here just to compare it to 151 Elite Trainer box. This one, by the way, for the non-believers, I'm going to tell you right now, this is absolutely going to show up on shelves more, regardless of what this stupid number is. And anyone who tells you otherwise is either stupid or intentionally trying to get you to buy it from them at the inflated price. So, let's look at the 1 year. Let's consider how this might be different from Crown Zenith. Alright? Why does our 151, a set that came out, you know, maybe a full year and a half, year and change? When did it come out? Because it was right after Obsidian Flames for us. I have it on my store, actually. Hold on. Quick plug. Easy plug. September 22nd, 2023. Alright? So that's when it launched. And we still have 53.50. Pretty much everything is going to be right around 50, maybe a bit more up to 60, all the way through May. So that's a good 6-month period. We are still in, again, we're only in the second year. Like this, what? We just finished up this? Yeah, we just finished up the second full year, right? Or, hold on, I'm terrible at counting. 2023 to 2024. No, that's 1 year. We're not even it. We're just over 1 year into 151. And you're trying to tell me that Pokemon Company International, seeing how much money they fucking make with 151, is not going to print more booster boxes? And that this year, a 198% growth over the course of a year is natural? No. This is targeted buyouts by rich individuals intending purely to make money off of this product by selling to you. Okay? So, who loses in this situation? It depends. The loser is the one holding the bag. This is the definitional, you know, operational aspects of capitalism that is necessary. It's someone has to lose. What I'm trying to tell you to do, though, is instead of focusing on, well, I just need to make sure I don't lose, focus on making sure only the scalpers lose. Now, what do I mean by this? There are 44 items sold between those price points, right? 132 and 200. Anybody holding those products, to me, has lost. Just straight up, they have lost. And your goal is to not buy that. At all. You see this price going up and you're going to get scared, you're going to get cold feet, you're going to say to yourself, oh, it's gone up so much, it's a fantastic investment, I need to grab this now. I need to hop on the train before I miss it entirely, before it's gone and I can't pick it up anymore. But remind yourself, there's 9 booster packs in here. 9. 9 packs. 9. So are you willing to pay? Let me do a quick 160 divided by 9. In fact, I'll even factor out the Snorlax promo. So what's up, Reek Fam? It's going alright on the rant. I'm going to factor out, how much is Snorlax? Like $2.50? $2.50. Let's take that out. So now this is, instead of 160, it's 157.5. Divide that by 9. Are you telling me that on this price point, you are valuing 151 packs at $17.50 a pack? A year and a couple months into the set's release. Right? You're here now? What's up, Reek? This is not natural. This is coordinated. And this is not necessarily a sign that this is going to be gone. This is also not a sign to freak out, panic buy. That leads to this to get worse, and for these scalpers to win, because let me tell you right now, they've already bought in. They're the ones who got the... They're the ones making the line go up. That's the whole point. They're buying it to make the line go up so they make the money by selling to you. Because you bought when the line is up. Alright? So you want to buy when the line is down. And I'm going to tell you right now. Yeah, exactly. You can get a shit ton of XY pack. Dude, I could... At $17.50 a pack, I'm not buying 151, dude. I'm buying Breakpoint. I would rather rip through fucking booster boxes of Breakpoint. At that same price, essentially. Right? Like, it's... The premium you're charging on this is not natural. It is not healthy. it is also not sustainable, and it is going to crash in, if not just one way, in two. So the first way that it's going to crash, which I'm going to let you know right now, it's very likely to happen. I'm guessing between March and July, we're probably going to be seeing the largest 151 restock since release. And I will bet you that just like with Shining Fates, remember all that shit when people couldn't get enough of Shining Fates in the summer of 2020, and everyone was running out trying to get their Charizards and their baby shinies, and then, you know, shelves were empty. There were people selling ETBs for 100, 150 an ETB because it had a fucking, oh dude, there might be a Charizard in there, you know. Also, you can't buy it in Target because I just bought all of them from Target, so you have to buy from me now. This is gonna be reprinted. And even if it's not reprinted, I'm not even entirely sure that Pokemon isn't just sitting on a full warehouse filled with 151 to release throughout the year. Now, why do I know this? They have shareholders. They're a public corporation. They have shareholders. They are to make money for them. That is their primary goal as a business. It's a sad reality, but that is the primary goal of the Pokemon Company International, is to print money using Pokemon as a franchise as the vector to print money. It is not to create the best product. It is not to ensure every collector has what they need. It is not to ensure that people like what they're getting or the quality for what they're getting. It's to ensure they sell the product. And however they can get that to sell is what they will do. Because, again, this is an unregulated market for the most part. And, dude, I'm not going to be surprised if in fucking 20 years you have people skirting felony tax evasion stuff because of, you know, different holdings and TCGs down the line. Yeah, or even unbroken bonds. Exactly, dude. It's like, I'm not paying $17.50 for a 151 pack out of an ETB. So, and I wish I could show the 2-year here. Because it was like here. Right around the release, you know. 80, 90 was kind of pre-release. If people were really kind of... But then once the launch came out, everyone could just get it at the store. And where we are right now, I'm telling you right now, we are in the brief, you know, 4 to 6 month window where you're not going to regularly see 151 out on the shelves unless you're in a less densely populated area, or just like a less. Wait, they traded a PC ETB case of Prismatic for a case of T-Fest? I think they both lose in that situation. That might be the rare they both made a shit trade. Neither of them traded for something older? That's kind of psycho. But hey, okay. $20 is a Prismatic for 4 ETBs. Or sorry, 4 ETBs of Prismatic for 20 boxes of Terrastal. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know on either side, honestly. Because the EV is going to go for a stupid price, right? The EV promo. Only the stamped one. Alright, let me get back to Prismatic, though, to show you this. Because here's where we are, and kind of why I showed you Crown Zenith, why I showed you 151 here, is because these are all cycles of stuff we've seen. I've already seen it multiple times since I've been back in the hobby. And I've only been back for, what, 3 years now? I've only been back since, like, late Sword Shield, mid-late. I guess what I'd jump back in with, like, Fusion Strike, Brilliant Stars, that section. Exactly, dude. People are going to be trading pre-orders for pre-orders of a set 3 sets down the line. And do you know what's crazy, Reek Fam? We don't even know a single fucking card in any of those sets. CZ ETBs? Oh, we're just showing, No, dude, they're not 60-70. I thought so, right? But 81. So look at this 1 year. Which again, I'm just saying 90% growth. The major difference here is that Crown Zenith came out an extra year before. You know, this is now 2.5 years old, right? Two and change? Right, this was a 2022 release? Or early 2023? I think it was a January 23. So something like Crown Zenith, it makes sense that the 1 year looks something closer like this. Because it's now the second year, right? But I want to remind people who are maybe new to the hobby, maybe you recently joined, or maybe you kind of just don't, you've been around and don't really follow markets, you know? This growth happens all the time, and this line will go back down next time the print comes. For Crown Zenith, it's looking likely that I think we've kind of hit the last of the ETBs. I wouldn't be surprised if there was maybe a small, like maybe they put out a little bit of Crown Zenith alongside a bunch of 151. But yeah, I think Crown Zenith is kind of at the end here because we also had the was it Sam's Club or Costco? It was one of them that had the 14 packs and stuff for 40. But there's been a lot of CZ products. We also had the, what was it, the, oh, dude. By the way, I haven't even gotten to Blooming Waters Premium Collection yet, which, yet again, another new 151 product over a year into release. So if you're sitting there looking at 151 and you're questioning, oh, do I pay $17.50 a pack for 151 for an ETB? Do not. You can buy 3 ETBs for that same price in like 2 months when they show up at a Walmart shelf near you. You know, or get a Blooming Waters Premium Collection, 14 packs for $60, right? Or is it 16 packs? Something like that. And if it says out of stock and stuff like that, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. How do you avoid that? Go in person, make connections to stores, make connections to people, make sure they know what you are looking for, and make sure that what you are looking for is both achievable and realistic, right? So if you're like, yo, my local GameStop, you know, hey, if you get to know the manager or something, maybe talk to them and be like, yo, is there any way to put in pre-orders for these sets for me? You know, I want one of each product, and I will do it, you know, for the next however long or something, you know? Maybe you could do something like that. I'm not sure on logistics if that's even allowed, but you could do stuff like that, talk to LGS owners. Don't bother talking to the Pokemon company, they're not going to care. They already made their money. Exactly. Reekfam, that was gonna... Great vector onto the next thing that I was going to say is that exactly like you said there, your collection dollars most of the time go further if you lag behind a couple sets from what's coming out. I'm going to tell you right now, if you pick up 151 in 3 months when everyone is still opening up Prismatic Evolutions in like 3 or 4 months, you're going to get it so affordably. Like, think of how cheap the Master Set is going to be when everyone is focused on Prismatic Evolutions. And then suddenly there's 151 ETBs out on the shelves. Which, I'll let you guys know, it hasn't been officially announced. But if we go by historical trends, this has always happened. They just kind of put out more ETBs until the set's out of print. And with how well 151 sells, they're just printing more. You know, it's that easy. It's either they're printing more or they already have more. Or both. And I guess I should explain why. It's artificial scarcity. When you have a short amount of product at the start, suddenly it sells out, right? Then everyone goes, wait, I didn't get my hands on that. wait, are people really going crazy for this? Is this short printed? And then suddenly everyone's wanting it, right? Because then they're going, wait, I can make money off of this. I can make money off of this. I can make money off of this. You know, that's the mindset. And that's the FOMO hype. And FOMO is a very, which is fear of missing out. It's a very well-documented psychological form of sales and marketing. Is to tell people, yo, if you don't do it in this certain amount of time, you're never gonna get it. You know, it's just gone. You know, in some cases it could be realistic. You know, say it's been 5 years and you're asking for, like right now, if I was like, yo, I really want some team up reprints, it's like, well, we're so far beyond that now, it's not realistic for us to go do that. You know. But right now, we are 1 year into 151. 151 ETBs are getting a reprint. Anyone who says otherwise is stupid or trying to make money off of you. Or both. There's always the rare both. Prismatic Evolution, same thing. If you are buying in now, even down here at the 100, this is going to be the high point. These points here that you're seeing on this graph, this entire graph here, in fact, I'll go to the 1 year, this entire section is going to be the peak for the next 2 years, most likely. You know, it may move around a bit more, go up and down, but it will most certainly go down to below $80, which is currently the minimum on this graph. There is absolutely zero world in which the Pokemon Company International sees all this and doesn't decide, hey, we can make $8 billion more if we just printed more of this product and put it out on shelves. It's literally that simple, right? And here's the other part, right? Here's the cynical mindset here for this bit. What if they just already have everything printed? They just aren't listing it up, you know? Then everyone's buying it for MSRP. They're happy. They're making more money. They're making more money than when people were, you know, and when people were trying to buy it on sale, you know, get discount codes. You know, sometimes they had to give it to employees to sell it on eBay at special rates in order to just get some amount of profit off of it. Though that has never been officially... We all know it happened multiple times. Or even like the Pokemon Together promos. They did a whole thing for a while where there was a shit ton of Fusion Strike still in stock. It's the way they got it to sell, which, to be honest, I'm kind of fine with this form of sales, because it was just, hey, we're gonna give you an extra card if you buy this product or set of products. Now those cards are, you know, $60, $100. It's stupid on something that you got for free, right? But that's kind of the only way they would get anything to sell, because to them, that extra card was a cost, whereas for us, it's a major profit, if that makes sense, because yes, you're paying, say you're picking up a Fusion Strike box, ETB, right? Which, I say that now, and you're like, oh yeah, I would buy that at MSRP. Yeah, not a year and a half ago. A year and a half ago, you'd fucking spit on it. You say, I wouldn't pay 20 bucks for that garbage. And honestly, I still say that, but I'm just a Fusion Strike hater. You know, apart from the Mew and Gengar and Genesect, there's nothing else in the entire set that's worth keeping. And it's English. Love system. Yeah, once we're into Gen 10, then it won't come down. But like, even through I think through this next year, we're still gonna be fine in terms of getting stuff. I think the only set I'm kind of worried about right now is Paldea Evolved a little bit. I think we're gonna be seeing some amount of restocks. I don't know how significant it's gonna be, because in the range of of sets that are kind of popping off. Like, Paldea Evolved was pretty good, but if you're a Pokemon company, wouldn't you just put that same amount of money into Prismatic Evolution, Surging Sparks, or Twilight Masquerade, or 151, right? Oh, and Espeon. Dude, I forgot Espeon was in there. And Celebi. Okay. So, let me amend this to say the alt arts are good. As with all alt arts are generally better than non-alt arts, right? Also, on the 1 year graph, this is where we are. Like, if you're buying this and freaking out, being like, oh my god, it's all gone. I can't find it anywhere. It's never coming back. You gotta take it slow, man. It's coming back down. And I'll let you know right now, me as a store owner, as someone who could probably make a shit ton of money just selling it at, what, 150, 160 an ETB or whatever. Here, what's the Pokemon Center ones at? Let me check, because that's what I have coming in. I just got charged for them. Should I even... Yeah, Pokemon Center exclusive. Alright. Yeah, Reek Fam, the one thing that worried me genuinely, was the fact that it wasn't in stuff like collection boxes and tins as much as I thought it would be. They really just did that with Obsidian Flames, which, in my opinion, was a massive mistake. You know? Just keep Obsidian Flames to booster boxes seated in, like, Charizard products, specifically. But, like, tins and stuff, they should have been thrown in Paldea for the past year. Because I don't think there's a world in which me getting a Paldea Evolved pack would make me unhappy in a mixed product, right? Exactly. It's a set 2. It's like, which would you rather have, okay? Rebel Trash or Paldea Evolved? Or let's use another one. Let's use Guardians Rising. What was the one before that? XY... Oh shit, was the second one Flashfire? That might not be... Hold on. Yeah. But I could, if I wanted to, take my 8 pre-orders of these that I got for $60 each, right? So I got 2 cases, which is 88 packs and 8 sets of promos, essentially. And the extras and whatnot. But I could make $340 profit per ETB. Oh yeah, it was Furious Fists. I think Furious Fist people weren't really crazy about either. I've not ripped it. I like Lucario and I like Machamp, but I would have to look at the set list. It didn't look as exciting as some of the other ones, but... Basically, I'm not doing this, though, for a couple different reasons. One, why? 2, because, no, let me go back to 1. This is not worth $400. This will also get reprinted. Although, I will let you know, this reprint for the Pokemon Center exclusive one is going to be a fraction of the reprint of the ETBs. However, I believe these are going to go in stock 2 more times. I believe this will go in stock the weekend of Prismatic release. Oh, you gotta head out, man. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Reek. Appreciate you, man. But I'm expecting this to go back in stock at $60 MSRP on Pokemon Center the weekend of release, as well as I want to say October, November, in preparation for the holidays. Because historically, if we go back every single year, they've always reprinted the Pokemon Center ETBs. Even the ones that sold out instantly, 151 got 2 additional prints in exactly those ways for the Pokemon Center ETB ones. Same goes with, by the way, Journey Together, which I'll let you know, I didn't get any pre-orders on. I was asleep. I was still sleeping because I had a late night. I decided, hey, I'm gonna stay up late tonight to finish up the, you know, whatever this shit I was working on. Go to bed, wake up. Oh, all the Journey Together products are sold out. Great. But I don't feel good about selling at 400, so I'm just not going to do it. My wallet would feel great. My soul would not. So I'm not doing it. So instead, what did I do? Hey, I listed up my packs for... I think I listed up 80 of them. So then I got like 8 for myself. Put a limit of 12 packs per person. So that way I'm ensuring... Oh, also, I listed MSRP. So then I'm ensuring, hey, everyone... who, at least of the people that I know, and like in the general circle, vicinity, community, whatever you want to call it, who maybe don't have pre-orders or don't have lots of packs, hey, you can grab a couple, and I'm gonna make sure you get some. Obviously, though, then you're trusting someone, which is always sketchy, right? Because I can sit here all day being like, oh, you can trust me, bro, trust, dude. You know, but it's the words don't mean anything, right? Because trust is kind of earned. Also, this shit here. Wait, is this actually coming out next week too? You're telling me I'm paying $72 for a pouch and 5 packs? Oh my god, and it's MVP Sports and Games. Shout out to one of the big boys ripping off the little guys. Shout out to Limitless Games doing the same and all these people. Reminder, these can only be the certified hobby shops, which, if you don't know, essentially can kind of work cartel-esque to fix prices on TCG Player. And people who are wealthy and or in circles or friends with different people can just work together to drive up prices however they want with no repercussions. Even if they're not even fans, right? Could be a One Piece collector, just a general TCG player, could be a Funko guy, could just be a dude who owns a golf course being like, I like making money, tell me what to buy, I'll make money. And that's the phase we're in right now, which is the same phase we were in 2020, is everyone's getting in here because they see dollar signs in their wallet, and especially in America, everything is so shit here, just financially speaking. I mean, even our government is more in debt than I am. And they're asking, like, then they're asking me for Texas, like, bro, you've already spent him. Like, you've already pre-spent for the next 3 trillion years. Come on, dude. Stop bombing fucking Iraqis and random children in the Middle East, and, you know, fix our Pokemon pack prices. Same thing here. $50 is what this guy is charging for 3 packs and a laminated paper poster. Again, this is paper. It can rip fairly easily. Like, it's a low glossy, but it's paper. You can rip it. It is not a, this isn't like a fucking silk poster, you know? This isn't artisanally created. And even down here, $30. That's double MSRP of this. And all you get is 3 Cosmos promos, 3 packs, and a poster. So, I guess what am I ranting all for? I've been watching people sit here, look at these prices, and go, wow, it's crazy, dude. People are just really hyped about this set. Anyways, let's rip $2,000 worth of Prismatic Evolutions packs. Then he fucking opens 5 packs, you know? It was like, wow, that was $2,000. It's like, no, you didn't pay $2,000. It's not worth $2,000. You have rich people pretending it's worth $2,000. They're lying. They're lying. It's that easy. You can lie on the internet. Ugh. And you have individual packs here. $17, $16.85. You go, oh, maybe I should have bought it $11. No. You're getting ripped off at $11 too. And let me tell you, these 5 people are probably buying from each other. And then any sales that they get that aren't, you know, from each other, allegedly. Also, I'm not saying those specifically, but I'm saying the big boys can do that. Also, you can see here, there's usually different names per product. Not a lot of competition, right? By design as well. You cannot list ahead of release date unless you're a certified hobby shop. So what does that mean? That means only certified hobby shops are allowed to scalp you on products. And they're allowed to use the excuse of, well, I was selling under MSRP for the products that weren't doing well, so I deserve to be able to scalp you on this one. No, you don't. You're selfish. It's as simple as that. Oh, here's another crazy one. Ready for this? Find 1 of 9 promo cards and more in this storage box. 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 packs. And 1 promo. That's it. $110. So, why is this happening? People want to make money. Will they make money? Only if you buy from them. Does it suck for us to not have products to release? Like, to rip on release? Yeah. But I guess I gotta... For the people who don't know, when people buy out this stuff, if you just think about this logistically, they're usually putting it on, say, like a credit card that maybe has some interest, right? And even if it's just they paid with cash that they just kind of had, it's now becoming an overhead for them to have products sitting, right? So if you are someone who wants to collect the cards because you like the cards and you want to collect the products because you like the products, then what you want to do here is sit back and do not buy a single fucking item on TCG Player from any LGS, nothing above MSRP, ever. That is the crux of this. Now, why? Because the longer that time goes on that they have bought in and are charging higher prices, it's very likely the first set of scalpers have already then sold all their product off to a second set of scalpers that bought it at slightly higher. So now the first set of scalpers, they do profit, right? But then the second set of scalpers are now holding the bag at a higher price. And this keeps going up until suddenly they realize, hang on, the only fucking people buying this are the other scalpers. And there's no money to be made anymore. So they leave. And they sell at a loss. They cut their losses. They go, fuck it, dude, I paid $90 for it, it dropped back down, it's $40, I'll give it to you for $45. You know? Something like that. And this does happen regularly, but it only happens if you give it time and you do not buy from them. If you buy from them, and if you promote buying at these prices, like, say, PokeRev did today, or I guess whenever he filmed that video, right? Just kind of... I don't think he paid those prices, again, just saying. But putting a focus on, this is the value of it. And reinforcing that, hey, this is the value. It's not. It is not the value. It is not the value. I don't give a fuck that it says there are sales there. Just because something sells there doesn't mean that it's an actual collector purchasing this product because they want to rip it or open it or even have it for their sealed. Because it's always cheaper to wait. And you have to think about the stupid amount of extra money you would have to not care about your buy-in in Pokemon, where profit margins are so infinitesimally small that you have to care about buy-ins like that, right? Unless you're scalping. That's it, right? So this product here, just so you know, it MSRP'd at $23. $23. They're charging $110. Shipping included, just you know, just in case that was a turn off to you. In case you were like, well, I was willing to pay $110, but not the extra $2. Or you could pay $115 plus $15 shipping from this person. Who, as you can see, they all have great sales, right? You can sell anything, and you can kind of do. It's really easy to manipulate stuff like this. It's so easy. So I'm genuinely trying to speak to the people who are, you know, kind of like me, because I'll let you know, I could not have been able to open a store or run this store without the help of many others. Just purely, I would not have had the financial resources to have been able to start this and continue to run this at all. You know, I'm very fortunate to be able to have that, and then on top of that, having to put in a shit ton of work to continue to make sure that it works, right? Because again, just quick reminder for those that don't know, capitalism is not about merit. It is not about the amount of work you put in. It is about the amount of money you start with. Because if everyone works the exact same hard amount, then the richest person always wins. And if the poor person works harder than the rich person wins. That's just kind of the system. And that's kind of what leads people into doing stuff like this, right? They see stuff like that and they go, fucking, I'm making $9.50, $9.50 an hour, you know? Not even 15, or hey, I've got a degree and I'm making $20 instead of, you know, the national average of 40. Whatever it is for your job and characteristics, and on top of that, you're paying exorbitant prices. So everyone in this entire country is severely in debt, including the actual country, including the country. The actual country is in debt, and then somehow we're also in debt to the country, right? But then there's like 5 people that aren't in debt in the entire world. By world, I mean America. And they play this game of essentially what Pokemon is, but they legalize it and usually do war crimes and stuff instead. So this is a slightly, you know, in the grand scheme of things, Pokemon scalping is better than, say, you know, apartheid or something. Weapons manufacturing is better than that, but scalping Pokemon is not better than, you know, being a normal fucking human being and not being insane and charging $85 for 5 packs and a binder. A binder which, by the way, I would say was produced for maybe $3 in materials, maximum. No joke. I don't think they paid more than $3 to produce that binder. Then the packs, I don't think they'd... I mean, we don't even have to... Their profit margins are insane, right? And it reflects in the quality of their cards, which is significantly worse than any other release handled by the Japanese or Korean portions of the hobby. Because I think they're all printed there, right, for the East? Even with Mandarin, I'm pretty sure they're produced in the Japanese facilities. Or the Korean one, something like that. I'm not 1,000% on that. But if you're sitting here thinking, oh my god, people are paying $85 for this, that means that I should buy it. No. They're getting you. That's the whole point. The whole point is they're putting in shit like fake bids, fake purchases, even some real ones. And they're saying, hey, I can afford to take the loss because I have $8 billion. I can afford to take these losses and create the market that I want it to be. Because they can set the starting point all the way up until release day. Because again, I'm just saying, all these people going into pricing and everything, this set hasn't even released yet. You shouldn't even. There should be no talk of pricing on any situation leading up to a set in a functional, setup, which this is not. Now, why is it not functional? Again, Pokemon Company either is intentionally withholding product or has some of the absolute worst people giving the final say on print numbers. Because I can tell you right now, anybody who actively collects or even talks to people in this hobby would know how to handle this better in terms of giving the final number, right? Because I'm not talking shit on the actual people who do know what they're doing at Pokemon Company. I'm just fairly certain they're talking to someone above them who's telling them, nah, just do this. Because that's what the shareholders want, right? Because at that point, it is what the shareholders want. And FOMO practices like this work. Where, hey, we're going to put out 20% of the product that maybe we should have. We know the demand is going to be at 100%. Let's print 25% demand up front. And let people fight for it. So that way, maybe even more people show up. And then when we drop 110% next time, they're all going to buy it out at MSRP immediately. So we make more money in the year. Like, that is... Because that's all they care about, is... Straight up, it is a money-making ability. And they don't even necessarily have to care about Prismatic Evolution's sales in the first quarter that it gets released. Because they're selling this shit for the next 8 quarters. Right? Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and then do it all over again. And then by then, it's just about time for it to rotate out, right? And by then, they have a new moneymaker. But now, with Scarlet and Violet, right, they have multiple moneymakers. They could do Paldea Evolved, they could do 151, they could do Twilight Masquerade, they could do Surging Sparks, could do Prismatic Evolutions. They have all these things that they can print out and make money on long term, that it specifically benefits them to engage in FOMO practices in order to take advantage of the psychology of the collectors and buyers and, the customers that actually got them this far by doing wrong by them. Just straight up. By doing wrong to the customer up front, by underprinting intentionally, you increase both the exposure, because suddenly you have people writing articles like, whoa, all of the Pokemon sets sold out. This thing must be really popular. Everyone's talking about this, right? Because they never put up a fucking number on the store. You never see on Pokemon Company International's store, you see 82,000 units of Pokemon Center ETB available in stock, right? You never see a number. It's just in stock, out of stock, unavailable. Their goal is to make money, and for the next 8 quarters, they will be making money using Prismatic Evolutions, right? So you want to, as a buyer, find the time when Prismatic Evolutions is worth the least amount of money, which is not now. And you want to buy your packs, and you're sealed. If you want sealed, you buy your sealed. If you want packs, you buy your packs. If you want your singles, you buy your singles. You buy those all when they're at their cheapest. Now, when are they at their cheapest? Usually during the next hype set. So, Prismatic Evolutions, once you'd be buying Prismatic Evolutions packs and singles and slabs and whatever you would want, I'm guessing August of this year is going to be a good time to probably pick up a good amount of Prismatic Evolutions. And then probably next year, like March, as well. And it does seem a long ways out, and it is. But if you are someone caring about collecting on a budget, whether it be out of necessity of, hey, I only have $100 I can put in every month into this hobby, right, into collecting, do not put your $100, do not put 85 of those dollars into 5 packs and a binder. You will more than likely get $3, maybe $1 in pack, like singles value, and a binder. So you've essentially you could burn 4 $20 bills and probably have more fun. and have more to show for it too. You can take a video of that, and that would probably garner more attention. Though I don't know, maybe people are crazy about Prismatic right now. And that's from the PokeTuber aspect. That's what they're relying on, right? They're relying on taking advantage of the FOMO as well for their purposes. Of everyone's interested in this. I have it. I can either charge extravagant amounts for it, or I can open a ton of it, or both. And I get a shit ton of exposure, and I make a ton of money as a result of that because I had the product that everyone wanted. So what does that mean too with each new set? Is that they're more inclined to buy more of the new product to try and get that to happen again, to make FOMO happen again, so they make more money and get more views and so on, right? So it's an arms race in that sense. And it's one that the only winner is ever the Pokemon Company. Because they're the ones, they always get their cut, right? They always get their profits. Because once they sell it to their distributor, they've already made their money. Once it's in distro hands, Pokemon Company is done. Like, they've made their money, they've profited. They're set. Also, all these promos, there's 9 of them. Most places had a 1 or 2 limit quantity on these. So, you're getting 1 or 2 of the 9 promos. But do not fucking pay $110 for this shit. It's not going to be $50 for a fucking Eevee with a stamp. And if it is, ask yourself, do I give a shit about this? Because if you're there for purely the stamps, you know what? Gotta help you. Go for it, sure. But also ask yourself, hey, this is a $23 MSRP product. So the Pokemon Company is valuing these promos at like $1 or $2. So, things to consider. And especially when this thing doesn't even launch till fucking February 7th. Right? It's not even until next month. And all pre-orders are already out of stock for that too, right? And it's 4 packs. I know I've said it a lot, but it's 4 packs. Even worse, ready for this one? Booster Bundle. Which I was an absolute fan, day one supporter of booster bundles. In fact, I got the first set of booster bundles. Not the first ever, but Lost Origin was the first introduction of booster bundles into the English TCG hobby. I ripped a good few of those Lost Origin bundles. They were good fun. Nice way to start up the store, get Lost Origin singles in and stuff like that. But the benefit of that was that they were cheap. It's the only reason you get them. That is the only reason you get bundles, is because they are cheap. So what do I mean by that? Well, the reason you buy this product is purely based on the price of the product. That's it. So this year, $94.37 for 6 packs. Let's see this. 15.73. So, are you telling me you're going to pay $15.73 a pack for Prismatic Evolutions? A set that MSRP's at $5.50 that you can get in booster bundles, which I believe MSRP here at, what, like 30 or something? Which is $5 a pack? And they're charging more than triple MSRP? There's nothing else that comes with this product. And they're going to try to tell you, oh no dude, the value's in the sealed. No, it's not. No, it's not. It is not in the seal. The value is in the packs. The value is how many packs this thing has. This has 6 packs. This thing is worth 30-ish bucks. It is not worth $95, even though there's people selling it for $95. And even though there's people buying it at 90, as I said, easy to manipulate that shit too. And stupid ass idea, because they're just gonna print more. Like, do you know how many waves of 151 bundles there were too? That if you're sitting here pre-release paying this, you are straight up the one losing money. And you always will be in that case, right? Let me pull up here. This is just my basic setup info for Prismatic Evolutions. It's unfinished still. But, yeah, 5.5. I have to put in a ton of these pictures. Here's the one thing I would say to keep an eye on. And this is the only one I would say. Master Balls. This is entirely new to English. This is the first time they're putting in Master Ball foilings into this at all. That said, the rarity of the Pokeballs right below it are looking to be right around the same rate as Baby Shinies, so about 1 in 3, 1 in 4 packs. Master Balls are looking like 1 in 25, 1 in 30, if not more. So, and there's like 120, 125 of these fuckers you can pull. So trying to get a very, very specific Master Ball, say if your favorite Pokemon is Espeon or Umbreon, getting a specific Master Ball is going to be tough to pull. And quality-wise, from what I saw to start up, it looks good. I'll have to wait to see it in person. But I would say the only thing worth keeping, if you're ripping any amount of Prismatic Evolutions, would be the Master Balls. You know, in terms of keeping on launch, right? Because pricing will absolutely deflate across the entire set on everything, including the Master Balls, but I think the Master Balls will keep the highest premium. Because the pull rate is just nuts. Then if you compare that to, say, the SAR pull rate, here we go, special illustration rares. So this is actually, I currently have it set as the old thing. I might change this because I was looking at data, and there was data suggesting it might be an easier pull rate than this, and it was actually 1 in 50 packs, which would put it right on line with the same pull rates as, say, Paradox Rift and Paldean Fates special illustration rares, as opposed to Temporal Forces and Surging Sparks, say. Because that's the 1 in 75 there. So this is still temp, but there's only 33. Or, no, actually, there was some cut from this. There's one, I think there's 30? I can actually just count. 32. I guess it's just the... Oh, yeah, it's just the Fruit Eevee, isn't it? That's cut. And then the Ultra Mega Super Premium Collection. Let's look at another one. Let's look at Evolutions. Oh. Oh my god, this is a hilarious combo. Alright, which would you rather buy? So you can pay $242 for an Evolutions ETB, right? Something you could genuinely say, hey, this is... I'm putting money away into a sealed purchase that's likely gonna, you know, hold its value. And something that's older. Or do you want to buy 1.5 ETBs of the newest set for the same price? Versus, again, something that's, what, 6, 8 years old? How old is this shit now? When this come out? Oh, wait, if this was 2016, it might be 9 years. Maybe a bit less, because it might have been a summer release, say, but... Right? So if you're looking at pricing and just saying, hey, this doesn't make sense, it doesn't. It's because it's being manipulated. It is people coming into the hobby specifically with the intention to drive up the prices to make themselves a profit, not for any other reasons. Straight up. They have no other purpose or reason. They have no passion for it besides the money it can make them, right? And that's kind of where we're at right now. We're still going through this. So I guess what can you do? This is all you can do. Ready? Buy at MSRP or lower. And stop buying above MSRP. If it is a new product, let's say Battle Partners, right? You see the new booster box, you go, oh, there's an enhanced booster box with a promo. I'm gonna FOMO over it. I'm gonna pay $300 for a booster box that MSRP'd at $160. Right? Okay. Guess what? A year later, Pokemon just puts a shit ton back up at MSRP. Price drops down, you could grab one for $135. Like, if you think there's no Surging Sparks, Twilight Masquerade restock coming, it's like, come on. You're actively trolling. Or just really dumb. Or I guess just don't know. You're not putting yourselves in the shoes of Pokemon, whose goal is to make money. So put yourselves in their shoes and run through the logical step-by-step of what makes me money. And they've determined, hey, we're going to do FOMO because it has proven to make money. So we're going to FOMO. Guess what? Surging Sparks booster boxes, $76. You put this in Sword and Shield, nobody would be caught dead paying $40 for a boost for a fucking ETB. And that was MSRP then, right? $40 for a Brilliant Stars ETB? No fucking way, dude. I'll pick this up for $25 on Black Friday from Target. You see people selling this, just any products above MSRP that are within the last 2 years. Don't buy from them. You know, maybe just ask them, like, yo, why are you trying to sell this? Because the goal is to make them lose money. If you are a collector, the goal should always be to make scalpers lose money, right? Because that always intrinsically benefits you as a collector. Because it lowers the pricing back down to MSRP. And scalpers exist to raise the price above MSRP, which, if you're a collector, you don't fucking want that. You don't fucking want that. If you're a rich collector, and a selfish rich collector, you do want that because you want to hold all the product. You want to be the guy holding all the stuff. Right? Lots of fun economic concepts there. I'm not going to bore too much with talking step-by-step of everything tonight. Especially on every product, because I could go off on so much of this. But don't buy Prismatic. When PokeTubers say this is worth this amount of money, and it's a new product, write in their comments, it's not worth that amount of money. It's worth MSRP. Just, it's that easy. You keep doing it, and I'm for real right now. I would rather see the Pokemon Company International lose all of their money and the plants have to shut down and someone else buys the rights and does it better than continue on with a Pokemon Company International that continues to engage in pretty shitty business practices towards their consumers, right? Because if you compare this even just to the Japanese Pokemon Center, where, I mean, their distribution stuff is way... So it's way different, right? But I want to say it's better, only because you have to physically go grab a box from a 7-Eleven. You have to go wait in line and grab a box, right? Now, obviously, there's a lot of people then that get drawn in to, again, make money off that. Scalpers, just like there are here, right? But they actually enforce limits. They enforce MSRP. They enforce all these things to ensure it's smooth. So at least in the initial, like, wave of everything, it's, hey, the people waiting in line, it's like, you have the stuff. And if they run out of shit, you know, they print more, and they do it again. And the way that you lose as a collector, working on a limited budget, because again, it's all about buy-in. With something like collecting, it's all about, because you're getting the same cards, you're getting the same stuff that other people also have, right? So you want to get it more affordably. So you essentially saved more money and getting those same things. So you can get more stuff for the collection, right? That's at least how I do it, is like, hey, I save money here, I'm gonna buy a $10 single as well. You know, with my stuff, add to my collection, right? It's just insane, right? Even Lost Origin, I mean, this is a bit more understandable, right? That's a couple years old now. Astro Radiance is funny to see. Now this does not make any sense. Paldean Fate's at $90 in ETB. So you're telling me you're valuing these packs at just around $10 a pack. I'm not ripping Paldean Fates for 10 a pack. It's not worth 10 a pack. I don't care what you paid for it anymore. Like, straight up. I don't care what you paid for it. It's not worth that. The product is not worth the price that you're attaching onto it. This is not worth 90 bucks. 98.22% growth in 1 year is not natural, it is not sustainable, and it won't stay because it'll get reprinted. Why do I know this? Well, Shining Fates. Shining Fates. That's it. Let's see. Dude, it didn't even show up on best selling. Yeah, for good reason. See how old this shit is, right? So this is MSRP of 50, I want to say. Came with 10 packs. This is now going for 58, so just about 60. Some listeds up around 68. So that's still $6, maybe $7 a pack. And all of that growth here, 28.56% growth. Right? Now you can talk about the set too, because again, I will absolutely agree with you. Shining Fates is a shitty set compared to even Paldean Fates. But it is not. Like, these are those growth patterns are not normal. And I will absolutely come back to this in like a couple weeks, I'm sure, and there will be some changes. Might take a couple months. How they evolved 52, 8 packs. Think about the premiums and stuff. Granted, these ones do have the promos as well, so it's a little different than the older ETBs, the Scarlet and Violet era. But like the Shining Fates EVV Max promo is what, $1? $2.06. Yeah. So, no. Because, let's be real, the Mimikyu in the Paldean Fates. All night forever. $1.90. Out of stock? The fuck do you mean it's out of stock? Yeah, near mint, 190. And over the last 3 months, let's check the year. Oh god. Year plus 295.83%. Granted, I kind of believe this one. This is the only one that makes sense because these, you know, the smaller valued singles can absolutely move like this, especially promos. Because, especially when a set releases, people are just trying to offload as much of these as possible. So, keep this in mind too as we get into, what is it, the launch of Prismatic Evolutions. You'll be able to get the Eevee promos here. They'll probably be more expensive than the Mimikyu even at launch, but I remember, what was it, Snorlax from 151. I bought 20 copies of them for 50 cents a copy the week of release of 151. Because everyone was fire selling all their ETB promos because nobody wanted anything to do with them. Because they were in every ETB. Right? Let's check on those. In my arms tonight. $4.31. Yeah, so let's see that profit. Yep, up 595.16%. It was about, yeah, right when I bought. Right? It was kind of there for a while, pretty flat. And then, oh, suddenly, these growths, these spikes right here are not natural. These are not natural. And they will be counteracted because they're just going to print more ETBs. There's going to be more of these promos. In fact, I would be surprised now to see maybe they print a bit more Paldean Fates. I didn't see a world where they would, but I think honestly the popularity with like general collectors or like maybe kids and stuff or families, maybe it's higher. Because for me, it's not a set that I'm a fan of ripping really. I like the baby shinies, but you know, everything else I'd rather do shiny treasure on. Like 1,000 times more. Alright, last thing tonight. I just want to talk briefly here on this fucking disaster shit. So, Prismatic Evolutions, first off. Yeah, look at these. Oh, I was wrong. 27 MSRP. Let's see. $4.50. What up, Reed fam? You back? How are you, dude? To be with you on the shoreline, I have traveled across oceans of time. What have we learned? Dude, I don't know if anyone learned anything. I don't even know if anyone's listening. That said, though, I hope people are learning to never pay above MSRP for any product, especially any English product. Because there is no world in which Pokemon Company International would ever leave a single penny on the table. They're Mr. Krabs with it. They'll fucking tie a Prismatic Evolutions pack on a string and put it in the vending machine, pull it back out. Arr, sponge me, boy! You disagree with that statement? Well, I said especially for English. For Japanese, I did say this earlier, but there is a caveat with Japanese of, you know, the minimum price you're paying is pretty much $40, just on account of the shipping. You know, if you live outside of Japan. So, what do you get in this? Because we were paying $400 for this. For old... Well, yeah. For old sets, I think anything that's 3 years old or more, you should always expect to be paying market price for that. That's kind of my threshold, is if a set's like 3 years old, pretty much. And there... Because at 3 years, there's no reprints. You're not getting... you're not getting shit. It's like that. That's it, you know. On stuff like 151, on Prismatic Evolutions, on fucking together. What's this shit called? Journey Together. Yeah. Purchase limit of 5. Yeah, so that's about Fusion Strike right now. Fusion Strike going into like Brilliant Stars. So that's about like right when I... Yeah. I think Brilliant Stars also restocks more because, in my opinion, they printed more Brilliant Stars because it has Charizard in it. Just straight up. Like, I think they just have a setting on their printer that says Charizard in it. It's 1.5x print. Keep in mind... Yeah, big facts. Here, you know what? Let's do something fun. Let's see who's selling Journey Together booster bundles on eBay. True. Wow. 55, 34.04 plus $17 shipping. 56.99, 57.50, 58.95, 59, 55. Look at all these. And let's check sold listings now too. Let's see what the dumbasses are buying. $65 with shipping. $58. This is someone who, by the way, pre-ordered the set, has not paid for the item, and is selling one booster bundle for more than double. Oh, really? It doesn't let you do pre-sales? No, I don't go on Reddit. I haven't been on in a couple years. Well, probably like a year and a half. Yeah, it's insane to me though. This is... Oh, look at this. Alright, let's see who this is from. It's not even from, this guy's selling it at 160? Oh, but this is without the promo. I see. He's selling you the box, yoinking the promo, and then charging you MSRP. Wild. This guy's doing the same thing, but charging you more than MSRP. Dude, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely for the best. I try to stay away from most, if not all, social medias. Same goes here. Surging Sparks, $40. Don't pay fucking almost $8 a back. $7 a back for Surging Sparks. That shit's gonna be $3.50 soon. Like, if you don't think this is gonna see a massive reprint, you're dumb. You know? The only thing right now is just about getting it early, right? Because we're not in the days of team up, right? We're not in the days of, oh, we're just gonna kind of skip, you know? Exactly, yeah. Dude, I cannot wait to see that Pikachu SAR plummet to fucking $150. Bet you that's where it's gonna land, like 125, 150. The Milo tick will probably be like 100. Same with Latias. I didn't manage to get any Journey Together pre-orders in English. Oh, yeah. Let's see what's even in stock here. You don't think it's going that low? I don't know, man. Should we buy Battle Styles real quick? At 143? And Vivid Voltage? Guys, Vivid Voltage will never be reprinted. Make sure you get it, guys. It's short printed. Guys, Vivid Voltage is short printed. Buy it up now. The Rainbow Pikachu, the Rainbow Chonkachu's, no, it's never gonna... Guys, you need to... Purchase limit of 24 booster boxes. Anyway. Stellar Crown's 161. Yeah. No, it's a tough set. Even seeing Building Battles stadiums at 60 in stock is insane. I think it's funny because it goes to show just how shit the stadiums were on pricing. That nobody wants to pay 60 for these, even in the days of scalper pricing. Alright, gamers, you want to make a shit ton of money? Put all your money into Stellar Crown right now. It'll never go out of stock. Or it'll never be restocked. Trust, bro. Trust me, bro. Trust me. Yes, guys. Yeah. I think Evolving Skies was basically the only stadium set to sell out in a timely manner. Because Fusion Strike Stadiums only sold out with the Pokemon Together promo cards. Like, it required a full promotion to get Fusion Strike to move. Compare that to regular Building Battles, though. You have a fun little thing here where there's actually no Stellar Crown. Right? But then there is, like, Paradox Rift. Also, Reekfam, I'm really mad about this deck box. This is a worse produced version of the Japanese product that they charge $5 more for. It is worse quality and more expensive. Just like most of the stuff that Pokemon Company International does. I know, right? Guys, what if we made a worse version of the product and then charged 4 times more the MSRP and made it no guarantees? Also, we market it to children as gambling. Sorry, totally not gambling. It's legally distinct random chance. Poor Battle Styles mini portfolios. Dude, these things are never gonna sell. I don't think. I think I'll die before the Battle Styles mini portfolios sell out. That's the only one to have a... Oh no, this one all says. Oh, but nobody has fucking reviewed it. Group buyout of PC Battle Styles products. Dude, imagine. I'm not buying Battle Styles. Dude, you can have fun doing that. See, I'm going to be buying all 24 of my purchase limit Vivid Voltage booster boxes. Because everyone knows that's totally a great use of my money. Alright, I'm going to show you real quick everything that I think is going to be reprinted. Okay, got this. That. Paradox Rift booster boxes. I'm gonna guess Paradox Rift booster bundles as well. Both of these will likely go back in stock. Yeah, people apparently bought this for $161.64. I don't think those are real people. And if they are, they're really stupid people. I know, right? Market isn't in there. But I'm going to guess those two are going to be reprinted. I'm going to guess we're going to have a booster bundle and 3-pack blister and ETB reprint of Paldean Fates. I'm going to guess for Twilight Masquerade, we're kind of going to see a full around the... just a full-on everything restocked. Bar the Pokemon Center ETBs. Which might see a holiday restock or... Dude, yeah, that was one of the ones you missed when we were going through. Paldean Fates ETBs are up to 90 a box. It's stupid. Yeah, I know, right? It's like the set isn't even that good. I don't even want to look at PC ETBs. I don't know. Actually, I do want to look. Oh, sorry. $150. Wait, what? I mean, I guess... Yeah, this is wild pricing. So I think we're going to see Tech Sticker Collection, ETBs, and booster bundles reprinted for these. For Surging Sparks, I think we're going to see probably 3-packs, hangers. They might not do build and battles. But we're definitely going to see booster boxes, booster bundles, ETBs. They're going to do the full... I think they're going to do the full shebang on Surging Sparks and Twilight. And then a bit more on Paldean Fates and Paradox Rift. And then potentially some Paldea Vault. I hope. But I'm losing hope for Paldea. Yeah, I think they're going to skip Stellar Crown for now. One, it's still in stock. Two, it's a much smaller set, so in terms of just the amount of product any one individual needs to complete the set, the actual just demand for the set is going to be intrinsically lower. Right? Yeah. I think if anything, that'll be the next wave of reprints. You know, which they might do, like, as Stellar gets on the way out, they'll go, you know what, maybe Stellar's getting a bit too expensive, we'll do a smaller reprint, you know? I can go down. Oh, Rig, I forgot to tell you as well. So, I got some Terastal Festival packs for myself as well. Right? From the last shipment. I opened up my couple packs. Pull another Glaceon. From Terastal. So I now currently hold 3 Glaceons. So 2 are up on the store. One I bought before I pulled my initial one, because I thought I would not pull it, but yeah. But it's only Glaceon! Read Fim. It's the same one 3 times in a row. It's like the opposite of your luck, where it took you fucking 20 boxes to get one evolution. And me, I can only get the same evolution. Oh, you'd take my luck? I mean, I'd take my luck too over yours, to be honest, but, you know. That's also, I want to see a variety of cards, right? I did pull the Jolteon the one time that you bought, though. That was a cool pull. I think I caught that one in video. I'd have to check if I ripped that on a video or if I did that off stream. Alright, I think later tonight I'm gonna finish up setting up the, not Terrestrial, the Prismatic page. But like all the bare bones are in, I just need to fill in pictures here, because these are all, yeah. Essentially though, I mean, all I have to say is that this cycle that we're in right now happens every couple of years. And it's every single time you have the same people coming in and saying, no, it's not happening, no, it's not happening, no, it's not happening. And then they leave the hobby and you realize, oh, it was happening. They were the ones doing it. So, don't listen to too many people without putting a critical eye to it. So if you're hearing a PokeTuber talking about how much something is worth and how excited people are about something, look into it. Like, fully look into it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, the basement products bought out. Yeah. Exactly, dude. People are pretending as if this isn't a mass-produced commodity built by an American capitalist corporation with the intention to sell to make money. You know? They will, surprise, surprise, make more to sell more if they think they can sell more. And stuff like Surging Sparks and whatnot, you know they will. So, my advice is just hold strong and do not buy above MSRP for any new set during a 2-year window. Because I think during a yeah, sorry guys, yeah, can't read for the scalpers in the community will lose money. We want to be very careful about that, the Pokemon shareholders. You know, I'm starting to think the Pokemon shareholders and the scalpers might be one and the same. It's almost as if both of them are using ill-gotten money to ensure that they maintain a economic hold over others. But that's neither here nor there. I feel like they'd be at odds, really? I feel like they both want the same thing, which is to charge us more for less. Well, I think shareholders want all the printing, but they want the most amount of sales. Yeah. Same end goal. I guess so, yeah. Scalpers don't want any of the printing. Yeah, pretty much. I guess that would be the only major problem they would have. But I think if the scalpers were let in on when Pokemon is going to be printing and when they're not printing, it would literally just work like a cartel. Right? Just straight up. You just pay people to buy at MSRP and then resell higher or something? Like... Look, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some really shady shit going on in Pokemon, and just TCG collecting in general. Only because there are a lot of rich people operating in it, right? Not, and only because it is a unregulated finance market, right? Yeah. Distro's backdooring stuff. We're seeing what big box retailers list up booster boxes, presumably without the promos. It's like, whoa, what's happening there? Because we've seen every booster box has come with a promo. So what are you doing with those promos, Walmart? What are you doing with those promos, GameStop? You're doing with those promos, Target? Come on. Where are those Ends Reshiram promos? Come on. Fork them over. Yeah. So they're all going to you. Well, you actually managed to get some, so there you go. I was asleep. Yeah, you have a backdoor deal called you were awake at 7 a.m. or whatever. You were working. You're the shady shit and the cartel? Dude, call them shady shit. Do I have anything else to rant about right at this second? 'Cause, I mean, most of the stuff I was having a problem with, the singles prices aren't even up yet for the set, but I can guarantee you they're going to be stupid. Do not buy any SARs that are above like 25 bucks. Maybe, alright, don't buy any above 50 total. $50. Yeah, singles are going to be tough for the set. Reminder, I will get them in as, you know, affordably as I can, whenever I can. Oh yeah, reject IRs. Yeah. Sandy Shocks. Iron Hands. Iron Crown. It's probably gonna be like Dragapult, Goldango, Blood Moon Ursaluna. Basically anything that's not an evolution, feel free to pick up. But anything that is an evolution will absolutely crash like shit. Oh, you're talking about, wait. Oh, wait, yeah. Well, I mean, dude, Journey Together, we don't even... We've seen, what, 2 SARs and, like, 1 illustration rare? And a couple EXs. That's all we've seen of the set so far. In Japanese or English, right? Exactly, yeah. I mean, we know the EXs are in Journey Together because they're all in the booster box. Those exact, like, EX combos. But there's definitely a bunch of others that maybe aren't. Oh, sure. Reed, that's technically not true. I'm pretty sure they showed off a trainer's Pokemon other than the Ends Reshiram at Worlds. Can't remember which one. I think it was a regular EX, though. Yeah. Yeah, it was Lily's Clefairy, I think. And I don't see that going in a Rocket set. And I don't see it going in... What is it? Heat Arena Scorching? Because here's the thing, Reekfam. We have the dual set right after this one, right? So after Battle Partners in Japanese, and before Team Rocket, we have the double set, which is going to be 20-pack sets, I think. It's going to be 2 sets that are 20 packs each, if I remember right. I have to double check on that. There might be 30-pack sets. I can't remember. I thought it was a double 20. Then again, we don't have all the info up for it yet. But I believe they were, like, pseudo-specialty sets that would kind of work for, like, a Team Magma, Team Aqua, but larger, hopefully. And with more of a focus on, you know, illustration rare special arts. Kind of in that same vein, but obviously focused on... What is it? One of them's focused on, like, Cynthia and a couple other... You know, those two. Forget what the other one's called. Also, here's all our EXs. The only good thing I got from the Rev video yesterday was I went frame by frame on 0.25 times to look at the ETB list thing. So, Reekfam, I already have that one in Japanese. But yeah. I was considering keeping both, but... Pokebeach didn't have the set list before, so... I'm just saying they copied me. You can look at my description, they're all complete now. Every set number is in for every single card in this set. So I'm just saying. I did this shit yesterday. I just don't have my pictures in and the pull rates. No, Pokebeach has like the trainers and stuff too, which I just generally don't list up because they take up a lot of room and nobody cares about them. You know, unless you're looking to play the game, in which case I put them on a separate page for playable cards, you know? Because if you're looking at a set, nobody's sitting there going, wait a minute, which item do I want from this set? You just kind of go, oh cool, I got an item, even if you're a player, right? Unless it's a fucking A-spec prime catcher. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna not rant anymore. I'm gonna grab some water, do some more work, maybe hang out, play some video games or something. But I just want to rant a bit about the current state of the TCG market. I didn't have any notes going into today. I just wanted to go live and yap about this. Because it's insane. And the fact that every PokeTuber can just kind of run with the headlines of everyone's doing all this, you know, they can say whatever they want, and it can be true, sure, but they're not all stupid enough to not understand what they're doing, right? Like, some of them definitely know that what they're doing is driving up the hype for their own profits. So, it's about figuring out who's who. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. Yeah, dude, I think they're all aware of it, real talk. Any of the big guys, they're aware of what they're doing. They just don't care. It would take a special kind of stupid to not understand the power that vocalizing your words to a large audience have, in general, right? Exactly. Yeah. I mean, they have products, you know? And that's kind of the way it is. So. And again, I mean, I'll say it too, Prismatic Evolutions is a great set that you shouldn't pay over MSRP for. As with every other great set, don't pay over MSRP. Just don't. It's that easy. Everything fixes. The entire system fixes itself if people stop paying over MSRP. But again, easier said than done, but I can show you all the math, I can show you all the charts, the data. I can pull up, you know, price trading. I can look at different data sources too next time and continue to prove this, but it is just the truth, you know, of there is no functional purpose to pay over MSRP for an English Pokemon product, ever. When it's in the first 2 years of release, right? Absolutely no reason. Because it will be reprinted. And even with Pokemon Center ETBs, those will be restocked as well multiple times. Those will go much quicker, though, and are in less supply. Absolutely. But those can also be printed to whatever amount Pokemon wants. So, anyway, it's enough yapping for today. I'm throat's getting a little dry. About 2 hours of yapping. Hope you guys had a fun time. Thank you. Yeah. Maybe we'll do this more often. Maybe I'll do it more critically, where we go in depth look at every single number for a set or something. Actually, maybe I'll do this next week when Prismatic launches. That could be fun over the weekend. Maybe we do a weekend price watch. Just watch the market, and I'll yap about how anybody buying at these prices is going to lose all their money.